Hey guys, Stiggy back here at the Guitar Loft. How's things, man? Right, basically what we're doing here today is decal application. Dead easy, nice and straightforward. But before we start, I just want to say one thing. This decal is wrong, right? I am not making a clone. Definitely not. I've never made a clone and never do make clones. And I don't suggest you do either, but there are a lot of people that want to know how to put decals on. I asked my supplier to make it different, make it wrong. The Stratocaster's too big, original contours is too big. Down here actually the patent number says something which I'm not even going to state. But yeah, so trust me, if you're going to watch this to try and make a clone, then by all means do it, but I'll tell you now that anybody that knows half anything about it will know that it's fake. Okay? This is just as a principle. Okay? So what you're going to need for the first part of this is a set of scissors, your decal. If your headstock is untreated, as in it has no satin finish on it or anything like that, has no varnish or lacquer, you need to spray some on first, because these bad boys, the water slides, will not stick on bare wood. Okay, by all means try it, but I'll tell you now it doesn't work. So just give it a quick jet over. You can use anything, polyurethane varnish, it's up to you. Even automotive for this video, because we're doing it on a budget, and this 9 times out of 10 what you guys are going to be able to get. I'm getting it from, it is just basic clear lacquer. The only thing about this is the more time you put into it, the better it's going to look. The more coats of lacquer that you put on, the more invisible the lines are going to be. Alright, I will tell you this, on early Strats, early Telecasters, early guitars in general, they weren't great. Okay, they weren't. They were just an afterthought. It wasn't about that. And let's face it, it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to do a fantastic job just for these things. I'm not trying to build a clone, like I said. I don't care. I have plenty of my originals. So here we go. Okay, let's get on with it then. The first part that you're going to need to do, when these decals come, yes, they're on a backing paper. And they're on a rough outline. Don't just do it like that. You need to cut in close to the letters as you can. You don't want a big huge line around these things, whether it be one of these or whether it be a Telecaster or PRS or one of them really bad Gibson ones or whatever. If that's what you're going to do, you need to spend the time cutting it out. Take your time as close to the line as you can. Alright, so I'm going to do that now and I'll show you the next step. Right guys and girlies, here we go. So I've cut in as close to the lines as I dare, still leaving a little bit of background on there. If you cut too close and make it too floppy, it'll snap in half and stuff like that when you do it. Tell you what, watch this video do that. And I'm gonna post it even if it does snap in half, because guess what, it happens at times. So anyway, what you actually need is some lukewarm water. I've got like a nice takeaway tub here. Stiggy likes takeaway. Anyway, and what you need to do is you need to pop your decal into the water, and then away you go. Now, before we do this, I may state, I'm not going to do this, but I'll tell you, some of these decals, when you get them, some are better than others. What you'll tend to actually find is they are not lacquered, so when they're printed you need to spray lacquer, just a basic dust coat of lacquer over the top, just to seal the writing in and the actual ink in, because some are better than others. My supplier, he does them, and I will state, I'm not going to tell you who he is, and he only ever supplies these things for restoration purposes. So don't be asking me, don't be putting it in the comments section, because he won't sell them to you. Okay, so there we go. I'm not even going to tell you what that says at the bottom. Alright, so here you go. Right, so first of all, let's pop the logo in. Oh, she's folding, baby. Okay, she's folding up. Here we go. I think we might have to do a time lapse. What you'll actually find out here is it will start separating from the backing paper. Alright, I'm not going to show you that on video because it's self-explanatory. And then pick it up with your fingers and you pop it in place. You have a couple of minutes just to jiggle it around and stuff and smooth out any air bubbles, but I'll show you that now. Okay guys and girlies, so we're out of the water, we peeled it off and we've put it on. Now I've actually edited this a little bit more because it was a little bit too close even for that, so it's actually a Fender Stratocaster. And at the bottom, if you really want to know what it says with synchronized monkey balls. And it says original Cockney body on there, okay? So, yeah, basically if you're lining one of these up, the writing should go straight. Now, like I said, I haven't done that because I'm not bothered, I don't really care, that's not in the right place, that's not in the right place. If you're going to make a clone for a start, that's not in the right place. And also these, which have now been reamed out slightly bigger because of the machine heads that are going on this project, are a lot bigger anyway. So anyway, what you need to do, put it on. Now it might help you if you had a Q-tip or an earbud or something like that, or a soft cloth or a brush, and what you need to do is just basically brush out any air bubbles and stuff. So yeah, basically if you're going for the rat look, I showed you in a previous video how to dirty up your headstock and stuff like that. I haven't bothered with this because it is quite grimy anyway. And then basically all it's a matter of doing is a coat of lacquer. Now like I said, it's up to you how many coats that you do, but the more that you do, the better it looks. Do you know what I mean? That's basically the principle. Remember to use your lacquer in a well ventilated space and wear a mask, yada yada yada. You've heard it all before, you're all big boys and girls. Tape off up to your nut, yep, like that, along your line. Do what you need to do, and then basically give your can a nice shake. It does help, small top tip here, put your can in a bowl of warm water for about 15 minutes, okay, and it'll warm it straight through as you're shaking it. And then just basically, as it says, all you're actually doing is giving it a sealer coat to go over the top. Like I said, I'm not going to do all of this on camera for you. Okay, so there you go. Mist coats, lots and lots of light little coats. Like I said, however far you want to go with it is entirely up to you. For my purposes in this video, you've done it all. In the warm water, let it peel, pick it up gently, put it in place. You've got a couple of minutes to get it in place, and then squeeze out all the excess out of the way. Like I said, don't build clones, boys and girls. It's bad, because anybody that knows what they're doing and what they're talking about will know instantly that it is not real. Okay guys, I'm Stiggy, look after yourselves. I'll give you a small picture at the end of this of what it looks like after a couple of coats of lacquer. Look after yourself guys. That's it guys, she's on and she is shiny. So there you go, all done. That's your decal application done. Like I said, I've put about 5 or 6 coats on this. Waited about 15 minutes in between each coat, just enough for it to go tacky. A wet on wet coat, you know, if you leave it till it's tacky and then give it another one, it'll give you a bit more shine. All you need to do after that is give it a buff up with some polish and you are laughing. So that's it guys, see you soon.